Hey there viewers, and we are on day 24 of the website design challenge, and this is for a startup that will help sell your artisan products online with true fans. My name is Roy, I'm a web designer, and before we get into the challenge, if you do find the content useful, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into the challenge. Okay, so this one is quite an interesting one. Artisans are people that make products with their handcrafted. So I thought maybe a nice twist to this startup, or maybe a unique feature to this is connecting them with true fans. As the saying goes, you need about 1,000 true fans. So just slow down the video to real time. What I'm showing here is making a button with a frame. So I surrounded the text with a frame, and what I'm doing now, I'm using auto layout to actually give me padding on the left and the right. So I'm just making it black. I'm filling it with black, and I then make the text white. And then from there I go to the radius of 8 pixels, and then I make sure I vertically align it in the middle, and then I give it a padding of 40 and on the left and on the right. And then from there I just give it a fixed height of 48, is it? I'm actually using the 8-point grid. So you might want to look up 8-point grid, but I'm basically switching to the 8-point grid. It just makes things a lot easier rather than guessing by 10 pixels. I'm using 8 pixels now as a guideline, and then there I quickly put in the company name or the logo, and then the CTA on the top right. And then nice thing about auto layout is if you create a second second item, you can just use the values to for example spacing between like 10 pixels. You don't have to drag it across now, which I think takes a while to do. And I've just done the same thing for the main nav. I created an auto layout and just copied and pasted the second and third items. It's a lot quicker, and you can use spacing between to space it out as it is there. It's just a lot easier than dragging things out and guessing. So here I'm trying to get some elements in there that I think could help the user trust the platform. So rating of 4.8 on Trustpilot. And there I've got the 8-point grid on. You can use 10 pixels, but I'm going with the 8-point grid. And this actually took me ages to find an image that will be suitable. Handcraft, artisan, you kind of think of food, but I was trying to look at products. Finding an image that can capture it, I was kind of struggling. So I started putting icons in again that could represent the business. So you got the heart for true fans or liking the work, you got a shopping cart for buying, and then you got the arrow up for increased sales. And that is the goal of the platform, which is to help artisans sell their products online. So I had a quick look for illustrations. I didn't think I found anything. I'm just going through Pexels and Unsplash and looking for anything. I think I looked up at painters, and now there's people doing woodwork. So I thought, okay, these might not be the greatest. So I just thought I'll have something at least, because I know time's running out. I spent quite a bit of time looking for images. One thing quite easy is to find a fan or someone that's a user that is happy with the craft or their products. So I wanted to be diverse in that I would have a male and a female artisan. So you see here I'm spending quite a bit of time looking for images. If anyone has an idea on what images to go for, or if you know one, just let me know in the comments, because I'm thinking of doing version 2. Anyway, so I think, yeah, not having a great deal of success, or I'm probably not searching the right keyword. I put handcrafted, I put artisan. Here's a couple that I found and added it to a collection. You can see that they're using their hands and they're doing the process. Now I'm trying to find a user or a buyer, a true fan. So now I just copy pasted the frame, and now I'm just in the process of placing all the images in the canvas and just seeing what might work. And then here I'm just playing with the nav, how to lay it out, if I can change it, because I'm thinking of having images on the right, which is a usual pattern, and then having the navigation on the left as opposed to in the middle, just to balance out the layout. I like to put in I like to fill in half of the canvas, so that would be pretty good for if you start coding it. It will just be 50% width, and then I start placing the artisans in mobile phone frames sizes. I think I had one for Google Pixel and one for iPhone, just to mix it up a bit, different sizes, but you can still tell it's a phone silhouette or shape. So I think I found two owners that I think could work well, the female and the male. And now I'm thinking, yeah, can I find a true fan? Again, I've looked at this picture before, but I don't think it works in a small frame. And then I tried it with this fellow here who's doing some sort of woodworking. I thought that could be good, and now I'm proceeding to the icons, just to add them to each image, to hopefully the user will know, or kind of get an idea of what the business is about by looking at the images and the icons. So you got the favorite for true fan, you got the shopping cart, and then you got this increased sales. So from there, I think I'm just trying to position them, and I went to the center, and now I'm just bringing in the elements a bit closer, because there's quite a big gap in the middle. And here I'm playing around with the shapes. I thought, let me try and go a circle instead of a square. Maybe that feels a bit more, I'll just try something different really. Circle is always a good shape for community. This is kind of building a community for the artisan, and I call it Artisan Fan. I don't know how bad that name is. So here I was just playing around with the button. So I think, yeah, I'm placing the icon on the left because I wanted to have a text saying see how it works, and a video. I think that's quite a nice thing to show on the landing page, depending on your product. If there's quite a few steps, or if you want to show how easy it is to set up, I think a video can show the whole process quite quickly. And I thought this was a nice picture. She looks very pleased, and and then for this bit, this is the dot patterns, which I'll put a link in the description of where to get these patterns if you don't want to create from scratch. It's within the Figma community. I think it's Pattterns with 3 T's. And what I've done here, I've just copied it over, and I believe I'm going to flatten it and then duplicate it. Or actually, I have to go to the frame. I think I was planning to select them all, but you don't have to, because that would take ages. You probably just need to go to the frame and then flatten selection. There you go. And I thought this is a nice technique to use when creating some geometric pattern backgrounds, which is quite on trend at the moment. So here I just copied and pasted. So again, it's going to feel like the shape of the phone. And I'm thinking, do I unify the pattern or do I flatten it? Let's see what I end up doing, if I can remember. this is because I want to put in a mesh gradient again, and you notice I love mesh gradients. So here I've got both of the vectors, and then I flatten it and that combines it. Okay, that's cool. So now I have the vector background ready. I just position it. I thought that could be a good area, pardon me, and from there I'm thinking, should I go with my own linear gradient? I thought, well, let me try and go with mesh gradients again, because it's just a lot more vibrant. So yeah, so what you do there, you just copy and paste it within the graphic and use the graphic as a mask. So use it as a mask and then paste it in, and that's how I created that dot gradient effect. And you can probably see that it's quite empty on the left. The spacing on the left is too much, so I thought, why not bring that graphic on the left as well, just to balance it out. The right side seems to be quite heavy, so I think that's a nice way to balance the page out, and the graphic is not too overpowering on the left. So again, here I'm using see how it works video with a play icon. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the challenge, and that is it. Yeah, so my name is Roy. I'm a web designer. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.